What's up guys, and welcome back to Gabe Miller Music. Today I'm going to be giving you some tips on getting more out of your Novation circuit. The circuit is surprisingly powerful, especially for not having a screen, but some of those features are kind of hidden. So let's jump into the first tip, which is to switch between different sessions while arranging a song live. Essentially, when one session is playing, all of the other sessions are automatically set to load as if they're patterns, and then they're also all tempo matched. So say I were to go into a completely different pattern here from a completely different song. And this is one of the main ways that I get around the limitation with the amount of channels that they give you. Since you only have 2 synths and 4 drum channels, it can be difficult to keep a song interesting if you're just staying within one session. I can switch between a bunch of different sessions, so these synths can change out settings, change out presets, drums can change out, or if you need a bunch of patterns to change out all at once, it's good for that. So for instance, with this part in this song right here, I want to have these filters rising a bit, but then I want the filters to open up all the way all at once, and then I want that little I want that to jump up an octave. And also, as you can hear, I added in some bass notes. And so it's good for drastic changes like that. And so that's kind of how you keep a song interesting, is that you keep having changes go throughout, kind of takes your listener on a journey, and that's a very effective way to overcome the lack of channels. The second feature that you need to know about is the ability to chain patterns. So basically, one pattern only goes for a count of 4. And that can work for a song. You can get something that'll be kind of repetitive, but it can be worked with, but it is rather limited. And so what they've allowed you to do is to actually chain a bunch of these patterns up to 8 together. So here's how this goes here is it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in that order. And when chaining patterns, you have to do consecutive patterns. So for instance, I can do patterns 1 to 4, but I can't do, say, patterns 1, 2, 7, and 8. That doesn't work. They have to all be in order. And so this is the way you do it. You just hold down the first pattern in the chain and then hit the last pattern of the chain, and you see these all light up. And this doesn't just work with stuff that you've already recorded or sequenced in. This works, you can record as you go with patterns chained. And then it'll automatically split them all out into their respective patterns. And this is really nice if you have a longer melody or a longer chord progression that you want to record. You go ahead and chain the patterns, and then either hit record and then play and immediately start playing, or hit play, let it go for however many bars you've set the patterns for, and then start recording, and it should all work out very nicely. The third feature is to record drum patterns from the sound selection view. And this is really powerful because this allows you to get in a lot more drum sounds than just the 4 channels would make you think you can use. So I'm in sound selection view now, and I'm gonna go ahead and start recording. So now that's looping. Obviously that sounds terrible, but you get the point. The 2 limitations to this are that, for one thing, you can't have sounds play on top of each other. It's only one sound at a time. And then the other limitation is that any sound chokes the previous sound. And then finally, I just want to recommend a couple of YouTube channels that have been really helpful for me in kind of figuring this out. And I also just really inspiring because they're very talented musicians. I want to recommend Red Means Recording and Bo Beats. Both of them have done some really, really good videos with the circuit, just showing them in use, and you can pick up a lot of techniques and tricks that they use. That's how I picked up a lot of these tricks myself, and then apply those tricks to your own music. And that is it for today. If you liked this video and found it helpful, be sure to subscribe. If you'd like to see more videos I did with the Novation Circuit, click or tap the icon on the left, and if you would like to see more educational content, click or tap the icon on the right. I'll be back with some new content in a week or 2, so until then, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.